Oh, that was quick.
This live
You're
came
live.
on quick.
No,
Geez,
I was
no
waiting for that
games.
buffer.
Right. Wow. Echo, turn off lights.
Ooh, fancy.
Bro, you can't have that on.
Okay.
What's going on, guys?
What up, YouTubes?
What's going on? It's your boy D'Anthony. I'm my boy Don here.
What's up?
And we are Break Room Blitz. We appreciate you. Appreciate you guys for viewing us. Appreciate our subscribers. The little bit of fans that we do have, we do appreciate all of you.
Great.
But there are some rules. No matter if you're seeing this live or if you rewatch it later, we make you smile or laugh at any point in this video. Gotta hit that like button, okay?
Like.
If we make you think or you just have the, I don't know, thought of disgust over the words that come out of our mouths.
Out of his mouth.
Okay, my mouth. I will give you that. Then go ahead and comment. I will reply back to tell you why you are wrong and why I am right.
That's about right.
Yeah. That's like a joke, but not really.
Yeah.
And if you just want to see our beautiful faces every single week, then go ahead and hit that subscription button. Oh, I'm all beautiful face. I mean, that's me all day. Anyway, hit that notification button, or subscription button with the notification, and you will see us all the time. Okay?
All right.
All right. So we did you guys a favor.
You kind of did a favor.
At our expense.
It was a slow week.
We had a really good week actually. We got some other stuff we're gonna be doing.
Oh, we did. Yeah.
It was pretty good.
So stay tuned for that, guys.
Right. We are gonna do a spoiler discussion of Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw another movie that we can't tell you right now, but we're doing that too. So, you know. Alright, so Bad Samaritan. Let's do a synopsis because I'm sure you didn't hear about it. The only reason why I went is because this guy went to go.
Yeah, and
I was
want to see Overboard.
I want to see Overboard.
Oh, thank you.
I feel like I'd have at least laughed.
Which one would you guys have gone and seen? Overboard or this one?
I'm sure we all know.
Uh,
Anyway, so it's about a pair of burglars stumble upon a woman being held captive in a home they intended to rob. Sounds good.
It sounds good.
Sounds deep.
It
like,
does.
oh, snap.
It sounds better than Overboard, which is like, oh, some guy had amnesia, a billionaire, and now pretending that he's poor.
But it's going to be funny, though.
Rich man, poor man.
But now, we can't even talk about that movie because we didn't go see that one.
That's fine.
All we know about this weak-ass movie that we just saw tonight.
It was pretty weak.
So, I'll do the rundown real quick. There's no one in here that you're really going to know.
There's no one.
But that's fine. I don't, discount the movies for that. I don't see movies because of actors.
It
I
might
see
be up and coming.
movies because of actual story. So, I'm assuming that the acting's going to be good. Acting was good.
The acting was good.
Acting is usually good. I feel like if I'm watching a movie in the theater and acting is bad, what are we doing?
What are they doing?
Right. So that's always like a given.
Yeah.
The acting and like the music is usually on par. But for me, just to do the rundown real quick, the hero to villain complex, it was kind of weird. It was really weird. The opening of the scene of the movie was weird. He had like some horses they was whipping on and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, is this like a logo or a brand
it's
or
a weird studio brand?
Right. What is this?
Yeah, Whip Horse Studios.
Right. And it was part of the movie.
Yeah.
But it didn't really have any real significance
They didn't
to the plot. So it was just kind of weird in that aspect. There was the main character was a Scottish guy, Irish guy, and they're in Portland. Why does he need to be Irish? Like, why pick them? So, like, the casting...
They're everywhere, okay?
The casting was a little weird for me. And it could be. They are everywhere.
But it was random.
But it was just kind of random.
Yeah.
Like, why? Why cast him? But maybe he's, maybe he's like the director or something.
Writer, maybe?
No, he's not.
No.
So, there you go.
No.
So, it was just kind of weird. The unfolding of the story was kind of weird. Like, when it was real, like, close-knit of a story, it was very interesting, because they are likable.
It was suspense.
There's two guys that were robbing homes.
Yeah.
And they were very, charismatic. They were, someone that you could tell they were friends.
Yeah.
It was relatable. But then as the story started unraveling, it just kind of like got real weak. It lost its legs for me. Because we were watching the trailer, and I was like, watching the trailers before the movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, are you got me over here trying to watch this artsy movie?
Artsy. I had no idea.
And
it was gonna be like that.
That's exactly what it was.
Ah.
It was like an artsy
I was bamboozled.
Criminal kidnapping movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I mean, I do like the fact that they were talking about someone being kidnapped, because that does happen.
Right.
I do like they were trying to rescue her, because that has happened.
It had elements that would make you interested in seeing this movie.
But it was more like watching a book. Like, some of the things that would happen was like, he would think about things. Like, you know how a book would like, narrate what's going on?
Right.
It was like visual narration.
Yeah.
And I was like, can you just move on? He looked this way.
Yeah.
And looked that way.
Right.
Then he decides. And I was like, why? Just go with the idea. We don't need to know, like, we don't need to see his thought process.
Don't paint me a picture. Just do it.
Right. So it was just a little weird. If I had to rate it, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5 stars. I mean, it's not the worst movie I've ever seen. Worst movie this year?
Worst movie this year?
Probably is, actually.
Probably.
I need to really think about that, but it's been a pretty good year.
Yeah. Way better than last year.
Even the movie screenings that we've seen have been pretty good. So, yeah, I would have to say this is probably the worst movie of the year.
Pretty down there.
But not, like, terrible. Just not, I'm going to go pay my money to go see it.
Oh, yeah.
We saw it with Movie Pass.
MoviePass.
So, it's relatively free.
Yeah. Pays for itself.
Right. So, it's all good. If you're not on Movie Pass, you tripping, you sleeping, you need to get up on that.
Yeah.
Or you can just wait around for our reviews and see if you should go or not. It's up to you.
We'll take bullets for you.
Yeah, what'd you think about it?
I liked the movie. I mean, it was cool. I wouldn't rewatch it. For me, it doesn't have any rewatch value. It was an artsy film,
So you didn't like it.
Well, it's hard to say that I didn't like it, but I was entertained with the movie. So, I mean, there were elements, kidnapping and then, like, what to do, are you going to do the right thing? You're already doing something bad. So, would you, like, change your position and not do anything bad anymore for the, you do have a hero to villain complex where the hero is actually an anti-hero versus a greater villain. So
right, so what happens is the guy that robbed the store, or robbed the man's house.
Right.
Sorry about that. Robbed the man's house, found this girl that was tied up, chained up, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And he was conflicted with, do I tell?
Yeah.
And then put myself in jail?
Right.
To save this person, or do I not say anything?
Yes.
So that's kind of what the dilemma was.
So eventually he's like self-incriminating himself
Right.
just by trying to rescue this other woman. So, I mean, the story was there. The chase, I mean, it got too convoluted somewhere in there where, it was just like, okay, so now this villain is like, going after his family, his friends, and it's just like, the cops are just super whacking it too.
And the timeline is just thrown off. He's doing all this stuff. So, like, the little boy, or the young man, calls the cops and say, hey, we need to get down to this place, to this house, this girl's been kidnapped. By the time the police get there, this dude has some other chick in the house.
Yeah.
And I guess they think that either she's supposed to be the one he kidnapped, and she doesn't look kidnapped, so we're going to go, or a woman wouldn't let a kidnapping go on in the house, so it must not have been going on.
Right.
But how long has it been? Because how do you get this chick to come over?
Super quick.
What are we talking about?
And he was parked outside the house. And he was like, just like 2 minutes away.
Right, the main character was like 3 minutes away.
3 minutes away on the GPS.
On the GPS.
Yeah. So
and all of a sudden you got some new chick up in there, and
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, right. The timeline, it's just kind of garbage.
It was flawed. So, I mean, okay, overall, I mean, I was entertained, and the way the story played out, it is what it is. I wouldn't watch the movie again. If I had to rate it, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. I was, like, debating on whether at some points to give it, like, 1.5 or, like, 2.5. So I'm just, like, right there in the middle. I'm just going to call it a 2 and, like, just forget about the movie. I probably wouldn't recommend seeing this movie if you haven't already seen some of the other stuff that's been out, because there are better movies out there.
Oh, there's a lot of movies. If you have not seen, like, in the past month, that's what you should be seeing over this.
Yeah,
like,
so I mean,
Infinity War just came out.
I mean, I think we saw like Game Night. That was funny. If you want to see a funny
Game Night. I don't think
movie.
that's still out though. What did we see before Infinity War?
I think we saw some.
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. Yeah.
Like, there's just movies that you can see. Okay, there's no need to see this movie or spend your own money. Now, if you got a movie pass, do your thing, man.
Oh yeah, go see it up.
Right, but if you don't, take heed.
Yeah.
This is not what you want to go see. This guy suggested it though.
Just do movie pass and be safe. You know, if it doesn't work out one day, you can recuperate the next day.
You're wrong.
No, the movie's wrong.
Went to go see that movie.
If it was my movie, it would have been dope.
Don't we all say that? I feel like we all say that.
Oh, that's why we're doing this.
Yeah. But I mean, like Hugh Jackman did a movie. Oh man, I hate when I bring up stuff randomly because I don't remember the name.
I know what movie you're talking about though.
But he did a movie where there was
a lot of
kidnapping. You haven't seen it yet?
Yeah, kidnaps his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was similar to that.
I need to watch
but not as good. So, what's going on? We got somebody live with us. What's going on, man?
Who do you think it is? Nostrojacker?
I don't know. I hope so.
Oh, man.
I don't know. You gotta say something, though. You can't just be fly on the wall. You know how it is. You know the rules already. I'll be pointing y'all out. And then some of the other people be pointing them out, too. I was like, man. Okay, well, fine.
Well, that's cool.
Maybe he's driving.
Yeah.
Well, pull over. Because you shouldn't be watching us, for one. And two, you got to pull over and type something. So go ahead and do that. I will wait. You got a favorite part of the movie?
Favorite part of the movie? I mean,
something.
Probably when he was like actually fighting the dude in the cabin. I mean, that's pretty much it.
My favorite part.
It just gets frustrating. People don't know how to fight.
This is gonna sound bad, but when he knocked the girl over he knocks the guy's girlfriend over the rail
in the alley,
down
some stairs.
Down some stairs.
And her friend watching did nothing.
She did nothing.
That's the worst.
She didn't yell or nothing.
It's like, somebody held fire, rape. It's something.
Nothing.
No.
Oh my God, are you okay?
And then she just stays there over the rail, just looking over like, oh my God.
Right.
She doesn't run down there and like get her.
It was like a book. It's like watching a book.
Yeah.
And her friend Sally stood at the top of the steps watching her in anguish. Like it was just like, we don't need to see that.
Yeah.
Be a movie.
There's a lot
the movie doesn't know how to movie right.
Right.
It needs to know how to movie.
It was a movie trying to book.
Right. Worst part? Did I say my? Oh, I did say no. I just said it down. Go ahead.
That was pretty up there, but I think that I mean, okay, when he first encounters the woman that's locked up upstairs, he does go and get some bolt cutters. At that point, I would have just got on my cell phone, called 911. Yo, I'm at this such and such address, and there's a lady chained up here, and I'm out.
That's the only. That's the only part I did like.
Over.
That's the only part I did like because they showed. I feel like what an actual regular person would be feeling.
Yeah.
That's robbing houses because no one wants to go to jail.
Yeah.
But then you like, oh snap! I don't want her to die either.
Right.
So you kind of got scared and didn't know what to do. That was a great idea, but at the time when you break into someone's house, you're probably not thinking that.
No, absolutely not.
You're like, how can I help you without going to jail?
Right.
I gotta go.
Anonymous tip. Good luck.
Right.
Hope everything works out.
And that's what he did. Anonymous tip.
Yeah.
And didn't really go the way it should have. But I can kind of see how it didn't. They're in the upper class,
Oh, and then when the house is going to explode. So the evil guy lays a trap to blow up his own house.
It gets real Michael Bay.
And
for whatever reason.
And then the dude, he's in the car, and he's waiting for the slow garage door to go up. And the house is about to blow up.
He's the one who messed up the car, man.
Just ram the thing. Ram the door, man. You're going to die.
Right, there's like 5 seconds left.
Like 3, 2, 1, skrr.
But the car was intact.
Oh man,
gotta keep the car intact,
unscathed.
Right.
Yeah.
The worst part. The villain once the villain starts getting out of character.
Yeah.
That's like most of the final act.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's like this meticulous. OCD type of guy,
right.
Very clean, very careful. He crosses every T, dots every I type of guy. Those type of guys don't use guns to kill people. It's just messy. It's loud. It's sloppy. you know, it didn't really speak to his character.
I feel you on that. It would get everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you got fingerprints. It's just a lot. Neighbors hear you. What are you doing, man?
Yeah.
You've been all this time being unnoticed, and now you use guns without silencers. I don't know.
Yeah, without a silencer.
So that's when I said, but I didn't like the hero to villain complex because it just wasn't like a villain to me. He was pictured or depicted to be this very neat and particular type of guy, and he was really just sloppy.
He was.
And I was like,
towards the end, he got sloppy.
Not him getting away with it for all these years is ridiculous. That didn't happen.
No.
FBI can't find you. Look at you shoot people with guns.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know.
No.
Right. It just.
So what did Rotten Tomatoes give it? What did the critics give it?
You have it on your phone. I don't have it on my phone. So I will try to stall while you look that up. If you can see my
the tomato meter. The critics gave it a 59%, and the audience score gave it a 78%.
Damn, 78%.
78%. A lot of people liked it.
We didn't ask anyone to come out of the theater.
No, we didn't.
Forgot about that.
But there was a lot of discussion in the theater. I can hear people murmuring things under the breath.
They were elderly people.
They were.
Not that they don't matter. I'm not saying they don't matter, but I feel like no elderly people will watch our channel. So
I feel offended.
To the young folks.
If you're offended, go ahead and write to
we're talking about 80 years old.
D'Anthony@gmail.com.
We're not talking about like someone that's like 50. We're talking about like 80-year-old people in the theater.
But I mean, there were some. Anyway, no,
it's not a good movie. So just take that.
Not, no.
If you leave with anything, leave with that. If this is not the movie you want to go see.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're an artsy type of guy or girl.
Oh, you know what was a good thriller movie? It was that Strangers at Night.
Strangers at Night.
Yeah. Strangers Come at Night or something.
Part 2.
Like Part 2.
Yeah. Oh, that was good. Oh. It was cool.
So as far as like
it wasn't like the first one
slasher movie goes, I mean that's the only movie most recently that I can probably compare this movie to.
That's a good one. I don't know if I would say if it was worse than that one, but I'm like my fingers on that trigger. Worse. So yeah, don't need to see this one.
All right.
So we did you guys a favor.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You can just go ahead and thank us with a like and a comment and a share.
Yeah.
Because you guys know we're the best review page on the internet. But no one knows about us. So it's up to you. You have the power.
The power is yours.
Right. To let people know. And then that way everyone can love your favorite review channel, okay? So, I'm your boy D'Anthony.
Adan.
Where can we find you at?
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Pwnedpops, PWNEDPOPS. Make custom figures for you. Real
right.
Nice.
And for some reason, I haven't been telling people where they can find me besides the YouTube channel.
Twitter?
Twitter. Well, I guess they can find both of us. But our Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, Break Room Blitz. Check that out. I do post things, funny things. I do post updates and things like that. So if you want to know what we're doing, where we're at, what we're going to be doing, check out all of our social media accounts, Break Room Blitz. Okay? Okay. All right, guys. We're out. Peace. Huh. This camera's different.
Beating the horse.